guess we're not done yet. I feel like anxious and like hot. Like, ooh. I think you know what kind of energy it is. Yeah. Feel shy. My foot is starting to shake. I was going to tell you something. Distractions. I had a thought. That's why Spirit told me to start recording, to tell you guys something else. Like, we weren't done yet, and I had the thought in my head. And then as soon as I pressed record, I got this unrush of like arousal and like, ooh, like very hot, like, whew, like this, right? But it distracted me from the original thought. Now I don't have it, which I think was the point. Watch out for distractions. Distractions are very, very, very heavy right now. I've been super nauseous. My foot is still shaking. And like really thirsty. Yeah, it's like, whew, you gotta watch out. Last night when I was falling, see, and it timed out. Last night I was falling asleep and I had this dream. It was like, you know, that in-between space where you're not all the way asleep, but your imagination, the dream space, whatever that space is, starts to come in. At least for me, I start getting very imaginative as I'm falling asleep, where I'm still really receptive, and that's usually where I can choose to either give into my dreams or I can choose to run my dreams. And so anyways, but I was getting all of these visions. One of the visions was me, and I was kind of like floating, and I was air, but it was like my face. So I'm like swirling around, and then there's this person trying to catch me, and they have this substance, and they're trying to put it in my mouth. And they're trying to put it in my mouth to stop my throat, to stop my voice, to bind me. So I don't know if that's for me or if that's for everybody or what, but you need to watch out for spell work and really, really do your protections, because it's like arousal binding. Watch who you have intercourse with. Maybe just be careful. They didn't like that. My foot started like twitching again, but it feels not nice. It feels like angry. VW. This feels weird. I've been very cold. I put the heater on last night. Distraction energy. Watch what you're daydreaming about. Be careful the words you speak. Be very intentional. Beware of gossiping. Beware of false prophets. Pegboard. Tongue-tied. Take me to my best friend's house. This roundabout. Oh yeah. Take me to my best friend's house. I loved you then and I love you now. Don't leave me tongue-tied. Don't something goodbyes. Don't. I had to take a marijuana break because I was falling back into addiction. I'm going to be honest. I was falling back into addiction. I didn't even realize it. I was starting to smoke a lot because I am in this period. This might be relevant to you. I'm in this period of I was running so fast. I was healing so fast. I've healed almost all aspects of myself, and it's now time for me to implement and to live. and I don't like how it feels. It feels uncomfortable. I'm used to survival, and this whole like peace, stillness thing is like, I felt so peaceful yesterday, but it feels very, very uncomfortable. Yesterday, I literally laid in bed the entire day. I'm on my period. I was in the bath. I was having light cramps. I was in the bath and in my bed all day, but I was just like on TikTok, connecting with people. I was reading. I stayed up until 5 a.m. talking to my best friend. It was so fun. We had a great time. And we were just laughing and giggling. Have fun and enjoy yourself and like be giggly little girls. But anyways, this in-between period feels crazy. It feels weird, and a part of me doesn't like it, and I kind of like the fast pace. I kind of like the running, and I like the healing, and I like working and striving for something. But now they're asking me to work and strive more on my art, and that feels weird to say. I got a comment yesterday and it brought me to tears, where somebody said on one of my videos, they said that they could tell that I was an artist because of the way that I had done the video. And when I first moved into my apartment, I was painting outside, and the upstairs neighbor kid was, on the balcony watching me, and says, "Are you an artist?" And I said, "No, I just like to paint." And it made me think of how I've always been creative. I've always been into art. Most of the people I've dated or been really, really interested in are artists, like musicians, do art. And like a lot of times when we're attracted to somebody very heavily, it's because they have something that we have inside of us that we're not acknowledging or paying attention to. So pay attention to who you're attracted to, because there might be little things like, and it doesn't, like when you're attracted to somebody too, it's like blah 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 whatever. But just be careful. Be careful of people mimicking you and mirroring your energy back. Trust your feelings, not so much words. Anyways, what I was saying was that, see, distractions from this energy. What I was saying though was that acknowledging myself as an artist, I have identified as a broken, traumatic person my entire life. And now I'm being asked to identify just as Clementine, and to accept that I am also an artist, and that everything I do is art. And that's been something weird to say out loud. Like, I don't feel comfortable saying that, and you need to get comfortable with who you are and not feeling like the clouds are starting to move. There's like right here, the sky has an opening and it's staying open. More openings are opening right here, and there's a big bunch of clouds, gray clouds, that are making their way this way. And so they're moving. So we're on 818. So they're like moving this way. Blue is important. Acknowledging yourself and your progress, and like how much you've done and who you really truly are. I don't mean you need to identify yourself with words. I am this, I am that, I am that. You encompass yourself as a feeling. You feel of art, so you are art. You feel of yourself, so you are yourself. You do not need to explain yourself to anybody ever. Just know who you are and love who you are. And trust your intuition, trust the voices, trust your spirit guides. And just remember, you don't have to make sense to anybody. Nobody needs to understand you except for yourself. But the right people are going to. They already do. They're already here. They're coming. They're here. And so you don't need to worry about it. Just remember, this is really significant. This keeps popping up, is that Spirit, yes, will place people in your life who are ready, who can hold you, who are ready. But remember, we are all humans. Just because Spirit places somebody in your life does not mean your discernment gets to be turned off. Does not mean it's heaven sent, he's heaven sent, she's heaven sent, they're heaven sent. Perfect. I don't have to think about this anymore. No, we're humans. We're flawed. We have trauma, triggers, things that come up. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's a robot. Nobody has definite programming. There's going to be things that happen. The thing is to trust your discernment. Trust Spirit when Spirit sends you somebody. Lessons are living, learning. I love you. Bye. Space shipping. Green. Clouds. I love trains. Swift. Logistics. Figuring out logistics to move swiftly. She's so high, like Cleopatra. Disposal. Pokemon Eevee. Are you feeling anxious? Do you know why you feel anxious? What's wrong? The train is still going. When I was little, I loved when the trains would stop in front of me and I would count them. And it was like my favorite thing. I love trains so much. Union. Union and American flag. Union and freedom. Like the trees. It's raining. Not right now, but it's been raining this morning. It's cloudy. There's clouds everywhere and the sky is like light, beautiful blue behind the clouds. It's just peeking through a little bit. You can see the beauty behind the clouds. It's starting to sprinkle. It's peeking through in some places right ahead of me, but when I look behind me, it's all blank. Like there's just clouds everywhere behind me. You cannot see the sky. Move forward. Forward, there is beautiful horizons. You've just got to wait for the clouds to clear, and there's nothing you can do to clear the clouds. You have to let them clear naturally. It's sprinkling more. Confirmation. Like where I'm sitting is like a bunch of different shops. And there's these big buildings. I'm not sure what they do. There's like steam coming out of them. So there's that over there. You see the breakthrough in the clouds right here? But look behind us. There is no sky to be seen. It is just clouds and gray. If you're holding on to something from the past, it's time to let it go. You see the purple? Confirmation. It's safe for you to walk. 444, praying mantis, butterfly. Praying mantises are my favorite bugs. So it's starting to sprinkle a bit more. I'm gonna close this. You know why? Because the rain doesn't need to be inside of my car. Are you allowing energies inside of your space that don't need to be there? Are you holding on to past things? Are you looking towards the back where it's stormy, it's gray, it's cloudy, there's no sky in sight? You already know where that is. That is what is it called? You know, when you go down a court, you go down a court And what do you have to do? There's no way to keep going down the road. You have to turn around and go straight. And what's straight ahead? The sky's peeking out. Everything is in front of you. You gotta stop looking behind you. This time right now is meant for looking ahead. Clearing these clouds, because what's behind you is no more. 555 transformation. I kept trying to set my phone up and it kept falling. So I channel messages a lot, and they come in different ways each time. Sometimes it's through dice, sometimes it's through tarot cards, sometimes it's just through feelings, or sometimes I just start recording and talking. I've been finding a lot more people on here who have similar channeling styles that are like unique and different, and it's helped me to feel more comfortable to step into more of myself. There's nothing wrong with finding inspiration in other people. You are inspiring and other people are inspiring. Embrace that. But also own your authenticity. Right next to me is a sign. It says pegboard, and it is a triangle, and then it has 1, 2 hoops, hole in the middle. Last night when I was falling asleep, I had a candle burning. It's a green candle. I think it's for like Judas or something. Is that his name? And when I was falling asleep, I turned off the light, and when I looked up at the ceiling, there was a shape of an eye with the perfect circle. It was literally the shape of an eye. You're protected, but you're also being watched, and you're being watched by a lot of people that you don't even know. A lot of past energies. You're not in danger though, but you need to use your discernment. This is not a test, it is living. So you need to think of this as you're in your new reality. You're here, you're in your new reality. But the thing is that you don't have the leniency to fuck around with people. Focus. A car just for a Ford Focus, it says focus. Focus on you. Focus on you. Your dreams, and everything else is aligning right now, but be wary and be careful. You can't fall backwards, but you can be distracted. And the distractions will make the clouds clearing take even longer. So you need to be careful. There are a lot of energies, and you need to use your discernment, because you're going to want to go back into old behaviors. You're going to be tempted. There's going to be a lot of temptation. There might already be. But what do you need to do? Focus. Trust your feelings. There's this sense of still wanting to give. I just spit everywhere. There's this feeling of like wanting to engage and like give chances, but you've done that before, and right now Spirit is asking you to just trust your intuition blindly. Trust it blindly, trust it fully, trust it thoroughly. Someone gives you a weird feeling, trust it, run with it. Don't wait for explanation from them. You can also have open conversation. This doesn't mean cut everybody off and just be closed off. It means trust yourself. If somebody's showing you signs, if they're doing something it makes you uncomfortable, if they're doing something that feels a little bit off, just know that they are. It doesn't mean that you can't rectify it or come to them with open communication. You don't have to just cut people off, but come to them, say what you feel, and focus on you. Love you.